So today we can continue on the sekkha. So to go further, Bobby had asked me one question, or rather, he wanted to know a formula for remembering the five aggregates in terms of rupa plus nama plus vijnana. So I saw that he was getting slightly confused, and I thought, since it's very important for sekkha, which is the stage when you know that you have to leave the manyana. So first and foremost, I want to cover what is manyana. We already looked at it, but we did not look at it in a very deeper connotation. So in Hindi, there is a nice word called as manana. Manana means to accept. Don't have to contemplate anything, just accept whatever is said to you or made of. So what Buddha is saying is manyati. So the person considers it to be true and conceptualizes on that. Oh, so a Puttujana, when he is introduced saying that this is Aryu, he will take it to be true. Or somebody says this is North America, he takes it to be true, and he would like to be in North America. Okay, and he desperately seeks to be in North America because it's true. Or somebody in Australia, somebody in India, New Zealand, wherever, whatever. Can be continents, can be places, can be objects, can be relationships, can be people, can be husband, can be wife, children, everything is manyana. Okay. So when I see Aryu, or when I see Bobby, when I see Kalpana or Archana, Meenakshi, like that, if I keep on naming them, I see them to be true. The 100% true. So losing them is out of question. And that's the foundation on which we are starting. So sekkha works in removing that. A Puttujana keeps on strengthening that. Okay. So the question then comes, why does it happen that way? What makes it happen that way? It's because of manyana. Okay. Now, why this manyana happens? The manyana happens because not understanding vijnana. So Buddha Dhamma is all about understanding vijnana, consciousness. That's all what is Buddha Dhamma. So if anybody wants to know what is Buddha Dhamma, that's all it is. So the vijnana gets released. That's it, over. One single statement to explain. I won't agree. Please read Godika Sutta. He commits suicide, and then the Mara comes and says to the Buddha, your person is committing suicide. And he says, no problem. He's already released. So then he goes in search of vijnana. Please mark this word. He goes in search of vijnana. He cannot find vijnana. Okay. So a sekkha is one who understands vijnana. If anyone here has not understood consciousness, has not understood Dhamma, that's it. So, who gets released? The vijnana gets released. Who gets attached? Vijnana gets attached. Who's taking rebirth? The Vijnana is taking rebirth. Is there a person? No. Is that a thing? No. It's just a feeling. Vijnana has feeling. Okay? And there's another sutta in Sanyukta Nikaya where Buddha says the Vijnana itself has feeling, perception, preparation, and it itself has consciousness. And in another sutta, like in the Kajjaniya Sutta, he explains about Sankhara. So it's not about reading the sutta and getting locked in that, oh, I understood this sutta. No. A person should reflect on sutta for a long period of time. We are not here to maximize our knowledge on sutta or trying to search where the sutta is. Oh, tell me where the sutta is. That is immaterial. What it would do to anyone, it won't anyway help. It's not about how many suttas we know in Anguttara Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, this Nikaya, that Nikaya, Khuddaka Nikaya, etc. It's about how much you have understood it as not Pariyatti, Pativedan, not even Patipatti. That means Pariyatti means study, Patipatti means observing what you have studied, Pativedan would be that you get experience. So what Buddha Dhamma is about understanding the core, which is Vijnana. I've covered this so many number of times. Manyana happens in Vijnana. Doesn't happen anywhere, please. Doesn't have in Rupa. What has Rupa got to do with anything? Your body doesn't what we can say, record anything. It's just a body. And when the death comes, the Vijnana goes away. Have you seen body going away? Body escaping and then, oh, where he went, we don't know. You're seeing the body then there itself. It is not gone anywhere. It is sitting there or standing there or whatever it was there. And if the person is lying down in the what we can stretcher or in the operation room or wherever, when they bring back, they say this person is dead, but the body is there. What is there to be dead? The body is there. Please try to understand this. That is the Manyana all about. You consider that person who died is a person. There is no person except for the Vijnana departed. That's all what has happened. So where should be our focus as a sekkha? Our focus should be on Vijnana. As simple as that. You are getting experience. Through what? Because you are conscious. If you are not conscious, then where is the question of getting an experience? Right? So please try to understand this. If you are not able to walk, if you are not able to climb, you're not able to run, you're not able to swim, you're not able to talk, you're not able to smile, you're not able to eat, not able to do something, is not because the body is capable or incapable. It's because something is blocking and the Vijnana cannot move. So there is only pain or something else, like paralysis. What is the meaning of paralysis? It means there is no consciousness in that part of the body. Simple. If somebody is given anesthesia, that portion of the body has become numb. There is no consciousness. It means the nerve center through which the consciousness is running, they have blocked the consciousness from this part to that part. So you can do whatever you want. You can cut it like a vegetable. Does the body come and tell that individual, hey, excuse me, sir, why are you cutting me? No. Operation is done. They cut open. They fix it. They do something. They stitch it. They do everything. So first thing you need to understand is is the consciousness which is the core of the teaching of the Buddha. And the confusion here is there one consciousness or is it a separate consciousness? Is it part of a person? Is it not part of a person? All this confusion is bound to be there because we are having a conscious experience. So when Buddha talks about nama and rupa, or rather he starts with rupa, vedana, sanya, sankhara, vijnana, all these five coming together becomes a person or a thing that can be experienced. So if you are a human being, the human being has come to existence because of the five khandhas. You join the five khandhas and then you see yourself. The self came into existence because of six sense doors. Otherwise, there is no self. What is the self? A self view means I have six doors and I am managing six doors. So it's I am who is seeing, I am who is hearing, I am who is touching, I am who is smelling, I am who is tasting, and I am thinking. I keep on saying that I am doing this, I am doing that, I am doing this, I am doing that. So it becomes a habit. So when it becomes a habit, it becomes manyana. You just accept it. That's true. It's me who is doing it. So Buddha is trying to cut that I and mine, which is in consciousness. He's not cutting a person because there's no person existing in the first place. Okay. So how should I understand as a sekkha? Now we are coming into the first portion of the sekkha, which is sotapanna. The first thing he understands in his life is to let go of the doubt. Okay, what's the doubt here? What doubt I have? The doubt is, what should I do? So the doubt is, who am I? That's the doubt. So one thing I get into is, God created me. Another doubt I get is that, oh, nobody created, it just happened by random. Oh, after this is done. Those are two doubts. But I am doubtful whether truly it is like that, because I am taking a view on that and then that. So either way, it's a manya. Yes, Mangala. Yeah, Mangala, go ahead. So it's the doubt which creates a state where you start, in English called as considering it, accepting it, making it, and taking it to be true, unchanging. Okay, so a Puttujana knows he was a child. He doesn't know he started with infancy because he can't remember, but he knows he was a child. Then he knows that he was going to a school. Then he knows he was going to a secondary school or a mid school or a high school or whatever that school is. And then he knows he was going to a college, and then he was going to the university. Then he's going to a job, and then he's got married, he has kids, he has house, he has this and that. All of that he accepts. Through what? There is a conscious experience of that. I was in the school, I was in this playground, I was with my parents, I was going here, I was going there, like that. So this kind of thinking is called me thinking. It's me who is doing it. Right? So that is what manyana all about. Manyanti is to take it to be 100% true, unchanging. It's everlasting. I am an everlasting person. The body doesn't last, but I will last. Okay? So this is the starting point of the Buddha Dhamma in MN1, Majjhima Nikaya, after Dhiga Nikaya, what we did. We have understood all the views, so though I am not going to go back to the views, you know the views. Now you are in a position to understand how the views come to be and what Buddha is talking on 24 of these. Okay? Now, the first thing you need to understand is what is Rupa. Because now you have to dissect it. It's like you go and do an experiment. You have understood in theory class of chemistry or physics or whatever, and then you understood the portion of the theory. Now it is time to go and put into experiment. That is patipatti. So what Buddha introduces is this dhatu, quality. You can't see an earth element. It's not possible for a normal eye to see an earth element. It's not possible to see a water element. An element means without division at the purest form. That's bhuta. You can't see it. So then Buddha explains in various ways. He takes people to the river, like in the Pena Pindupama Sutta, showing them, my dear friends, do you see that river? Yes. Do you see the foam? Yes. Can you observe yourself in that, like the foam? It's not I did for 5 minutes. No. Till you see dissolution of the form, you should do it. It's not I put some soap into the bucket and then I did it, oh here it is, I understood. No, that's not the way. It takes hours together, or maybe it might take days together, and you have to contemplate on this. Oh, as the form is, so this body is. That's exactly what is there in the Pena Pindupama Sutta. As the body is, so the form is. As the form gets bursted out, so the body. Okay. That's the first thing what Buddha teaches. If that is not workable, then he says that, hey, why don't you understand the dhatu in this? Patvi dhatu, apo dhatu, tejo dhatu, vayu dhatu, akash dhatu. And then he gives a complete write-up on what is Patvi dhatu, kesa, loma, nakha, danta. It's not about trying to recite it or memorize it and all that stupid things. You should know it, pariyatti. Then you should experiment it. Oh, I have hair, so this is the hair. Oh, what does the hair do? Is that my hair? Is that my body hair? Is that my teeth? Is that my each one of them? How much ever you can see. It's not that you have to see intestine or kidney and all of that. You might not see it. Maybe somebody requires a divine eye to see it. It's okay, but forget divine. Can you not see your own hair? You can see. Can you not see the skin? Yes. Now, can you see that this hair is having manyana for you? You're taking it to be your hair, isn't it or not? And that's how a sekkha works. All the time. Not that I'll sit for 1 hour, 20 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours. Tell me how much time should I sit? No, that's not a way of working. So first and foremost, have we understood Rupa? Or are we imagining that I've understood Rupa? That's the question. So the foundation here after Arya, Mag Arya is a sekkha, learner, is that you're learning what it is. You come into the contact of the Arya, now you are watching what it is. Samsarana, Nissarana. So now you're going on the Nissarana, so you're trying to see what it is. So you can see the five khandas in this way. One, Rupa is having these four. Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. And if there is a Patavi, it should have color. It's not that you have to guess it. Wherever there's earth element's color, what do you want to do with that? It has color. Earlier you were not able to see it. Now you can see it. Yes, it's called Upadaya Rupa, which has got created because of the primary one. Okay. Now, wherever there is Apo, there is Rasa. As simple as that. Wherever there is Tejo, there is Ojas. Where there is Vayu, there is Gandha. The smell is brought by the air. You are not putting your nose everywhere and trying to smell. It comes to the nose, and the consciousness in the nose recognizes and say there's a smell. So what is the consciousness doing here? It recognizes, it cognizes, it knows. Again and again I'm telling you, it knows. You are no person to teach it. If you still have a manyana that you are doing something, is equivalent to puttujana. A puttujana thinks he is doing it. So basically we should understand that what is happening here on Vijnana is whatever you give to the Vijnana, it will give it in the way you want it. It will package it. And hence Buddha says it's a magician. Why he names it a magician? Because whatever you give it, it will package it. If you say the person sitting here is Aryu, you will experience Aryu. If you say this person is Vilas, you experience Vilas. If you say this is San Francisco, this is Bangalore, this is say Mumbai, or this is Chennai, this is Australia, this is New Zealand, etc., etc., you will experience it. Absolutely, you will experience it, even though it's just a name. It's just constructed. You just identify it and becomes manyana. So Nama and Rupa as a pair. So when you see a land, you call it Australia. And instead of the land, Australia gets formed. That's just a land, a piece of land. You can call whatever. Tomorrow you can call that as Timbuktu if you want. So Rupa plus Nama plus Vijnana. Out of the five khandas, if you add those three khandas, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, they are Nama. If there's a question asked, like in the exam, can you define what is Nama in the Nama Rupa? One definition is, it is Vedana Khando, Sanya Khando, Sankhara Khando, iti Namo. Very good. You get 1 mark. That's it. Even, can you put it in another way? Yes. You can say Phassa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Manasikara, iti Nama. Excellent. Now when I should call this, when I should call that, this is not the right way. That means you are again conceptualizing it, again intellectualizing it, that in which time it is like this and in which time it is like that. It's not like the Buddha Dhamma is never like that. It's a way of understanding. If you're going by Khanda, you've understood the Khanda, now you can say, you know what, these three are Nama. So Rupa plus Nama plus Vijnana. Simple. If that's not the way, and you want to know, oh, how does things come to be? Without phassa, can they be a Vedana? No. So phassa is the starting point. Vedana comes next. Sanya comes next. Chetana, intention. What is intention? Intention is intention. What is Chetana ham bhikkave kammam vadami? That means intention is the starting point for kamma. So then it's also not sankhara. Yes, you will do sankhara when there is kamma. Because you intend to do it. So Buddha also says Chakku Sanchetana, Sota Sanchetana, Ghana Sanchetana, Jiva Sanchetana, Kaya Sanchetana, Mano Sanchetana. Or he also puts another way around. Okay, you don't understand this, forget it. Rupa Sanchetana, Saddha Sanchetana, Gandha Sanchetana. What does that mean? It means you intend it to be this way. Like now I'm intending the chakku through which I'm seeing the rupa is Ariyu. That's Sanchetana. I am intending this person whom I am seeing is indeed Ariyu. So I will have either a raga, which is can be called as lust, desire, or whatever, dvesha as in aversion, because there is moha. Moha as in what? Ariyu is a fixed object. It's never going to change. And I got into manyana. I'm considering Ariyu is going to be eternal now. Because I keep on calling Ariyu and he keeps on saying, yes, Vilas. So Vilas became eternal and so also is Ariyu. So forgotten what? I've forgotten it's just a Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja. I have forgotten it. Isn't it true? So then to shorten it, to see it properly, what Buddha talks about, any Buddha, Vipassi Buddha to Gautama Buddha, is to see this Vattam Vattati, the circling around, is between the Nama, the Rupa, and the Vijnana. The Vijnana has Nama Rupa. Nama Rupa Samudaya, Vijnana Samudaya. The Vijnana comes into existence because of Nama Rupa. If there were no Nama, there is no Rupa, then where does Vijnana come to be? It doesn't land anywhere. That means in the mind, if there not to be Ariyu at all, is there a possibility of Vijnana having Ariyu? And the answer is no. So the Vijnana ceases then and there. If the Vijnana ceases then and there, the Nibbana is experienced then and there. That's all what it is. So what are we trying to do as a sekkha is to learn this, how to let go of Ariyu, how to let go of Bobby, how to let go of Veena, how to let go of Ashwin, Meenakshi or Supriya or any other person sitting here, because they are just not real. It's just, so the formula here to be remembered is Vijnana equals Nama plus Rupa. That's it. So you cut the Nama. The Rupa has no place to play, no thing to play there. Because Rupa never had anything. It just had Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. So why are you investing time in something else? No need to invest time. Just this understanding that any person we are talking comes in 5 aggregates, 5 khandas. Simple. If you have understood at that moment, at that very moment, cessation happens. And when cessation happens, that is nirodha, is cessation. It's called nirodha samapatti. That means sama means equal. Apatti means arrived. So when the cessation is arrived, it stops sankhar. And because sankhara is stopped, there is no karma. There's no deed. There's no eye to see, no ear to hear, no nose to smell. It doesn't mean you will not see. It doesn't mean you will not hear, but you will not create anything. You will not have any manyan of anything. And hence, you are at extreme peaceful state of the mind, which is nibbana, unconditioned. It was all along conditioned by something or the other in the vijnana. But now in the vijnana, it's no longer conditioned. Yatha namancha rupancha asesam uparujjati vinyanasa nirodhena uparujjati. That means when it is completely removed of nama and rupa, the vijnana is gone away. So what are we doing as a sekkha is to understand this vortex of nama rupa and vijnana. It's not killing vijnana. That's called as annihilationist view. It's not about keeping it eternal, which is sasattavada, eternistic view. It's not about saying there's no vijnana any longer. I will remove vijnana. It's as idiotic as saying I will keep vijnana. There's nothing like that. Vijnana, consciousness, has knowledge of everything. It's about how to use it. That's it. You say it's me, me gets experience. If you say it's not me, me will not be experienced. So you it's just like electricity. You can use it for LED bulbs, you can use it for fan, you can use it for computer, you can use it for servers, you can use it for dishwasher, you can use it for washing machine. It doesn't care much for what you're using. But the dishwasher might think, I am cleaning the dishes. And a washing machine might think, you know what, I am washing the clothes. And a car might think, I am the car, I'm driving. But it's electricity which is doing all of that. There's no person there. So in the same way, this equipment is run by electricity. And same with every one of you. So there's no person sitting out there. So the first level of removal is sekkha ditthi. Because now you're able to see the 5 aggregates. Again, 5 aggregates, you be very careful understanding it. It's a 4 dhatus plus the 4 derived from there. Then when you say Vedana, there are 6 Vedana, not a single one. Is Chakku Sampajjasa Vedana. Ja means birth. Something created out of Chakku, something created out of Sota, something created out of Ghana, Jivha, Kaya, Mano. In Goenka technique, you are only looking at Kaya Sampajjasa Vedana, the Vedana arising out of the Kaya. And that's not it. There are 6 of them. Okay. Same way in the Sanya, it is 6 Rupa Sanchetana. Rupa Sanya, Saddha Sanya, Gandha Sanya, like that. 6 of them. So there are 6 perceptions. You perceive based upon what you see. Yam vedeti tam sanjanati. So whatever you feel, you perceive. Which is part of nama. Why it is called nama? Because nameable. It is labelable. You can label it. You are labeling it. The moment I see my brother, who brother? That is Sanya. I just saw my wife. Sanya. I just saw a doctor. Sanya. I just saw a president of America. Sanya. I just saw comet. Sanya. I just saw San Francisco. Sanya. I just saw Golden Gate Bridge. Sanya. I just saw Miami Beach. Sanya. I just saw Mountain View also has a beach. Yeah. It's all Sanya. It's just labeling. It's just putting a symbol there. Or like we say, this drive and that drive, that's boulevard, and this place, this avenue, that one, this one, whatever. Or exit 31, exit 28, exit this, exit that, or whatever, I-9T, or whatever you call that, is all Sanya. So this is India, Sanya. That's Sri Lanka, Sanya. It's just Sanya. Why? Because there's a feeling of the land. So you feel it to perceive it. You see an object and you categorize it. And hence there's a Sanya. So there's a Rupa Sanya. After seeing it, like Greeks started to see the stars and said, this is Capricorn, this is Aries, this is Gemini. Like that. You can do whatever you want. Just because it is said like that, it doesn't exist. It need not exist in that way. It's just Sanya, perception. So whatever I'm hearing, there is a Sanya. That is Aryu who is speaking to me, or it is Meenakshi who is speaking to me, this is Archana speaking to me, this is Bobby speaking to me, it's Lakshmi speaking to me, it's Ashwin speaking to me. It's just Sanya, it's stupidity. It's just sound which is coming. When did it become Aryu? When? Because it's nameable. So when we see the nameable, we know that it is just a placeholder. No thing exists in that way. It's just a placeholder. You just make it, just spin it, so that you can keep on coming back to that. So the Sanya Vedana keeps on now interchanging. So once the first time it is Vedana, the second time it is Sanya. So now you keep on seeing that object instantaneously. Now you can refer back. Say, Aryu spoke to me, or Veena spoke to me, or Meenakshi spoke to me, or whoever spoke to me. Sanya, there's 6 of them. Same thing with Sankhara, Sanchetana. So you can have this way as Rupa Sanchetana, Ghana Sanchetana, Jiva Sanchetana, Kaya Sanchetana, Mano Sanchetana. Or you can go on the other side of it, Rupa Sanchetana, Saddha Sanchetana, Saddha Sanchetana, Pattabha Sanchetana, Rasa Sanchetana, Dhamma Sanchetana. That means it's just I am trying to do something about it. I'm preparing the way I want to enjoy it or suffer with it. That's the reason it's called Sankhara. Sankharonti iti Sankhara. What you intend to do with it is Sankhara. So I keep on doing something with it. Because there is a feeling and there is a perception, so I have to do something about it. So these 3 represents Nama. Because it can be named based upon what? Based upon the Rupa. Obviously it is dependent. Now Arupa, can there be nameable? Yes, because the Rupa is hidden. So when a person goes to the infinite space, infinite consciousness, nothingness, and neither perception nor non-perception, Vedana and Sanya still exist, but in the subtlest of the ways. It's not only Rupa as in the gross. The first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana also has Rupa, and hence it's called Rupa Loka. This is Kama Loka, this is Rupa Loka, this is Arupa Loka. Yes, Mrityunjay, go ahead.
Sir, in that case, in Arupa Loka, Tinnam Sangati first, so how that first happens there?
Sir, you should first experience the fifth jhana. Have you understood, experience infinite space for yourself? Have you tried it?
No.
Please do that, because when you know you are in infinite space, you already have a sanya. For that, there is already a feeling that it is space. You're feeling spaciousness, and hence Tinna Sangati Passo has happened.
Okay, sir.
Well, your question is very good, but we have to experience Arupa jhanas. You have to experience all the eight jhanas. If you have not experienced the eight jhanas, then you have not exactly experienced Buddha Dhamma. You need to experience each jhana, and you should know this is the first jhana. And when you know this is first jhana, there's a perception of the first jhana, and there's a feeling of the first jhana. And that's a sankhara you're doing. So it's called aninjabi sankhara. So there are three sankharas: punyabi sankhara, apunyabi sankhara, aninjabi sankhara. So punyabi sankhara is whatever you do through your body, speech, and mind, which are noble in nature or skillful in nature, that becomes punya visankhara. Whatever I do through my body, speech, or mind, which are unskillful in nature, it comes into the apunya visankhara. Whatever jhanas that I'm doing on a daily basis as the first jhana, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eight. Eight jhanas are very important, and that is aninjabi sankhara. So we need to move from the punyabi sankhara, apunyabi sankhara into aninjabi sankhara. All the time we should be in jhana. All the time. While eating, while sleeping, while standing, while sitting, while walking, while doing whatever you're doing, you should be in jhana. That means jhana should take over. And when we have jhana, then we can see there is a perception of first jhana, because there's a feeling of first jhana. There's a perception of the second jhana, and there's a feeling of the second jhana. There's a perception of third. There's a perception of fourth. There's a perception of fifth. There's a perception of sixth. There's a perception of seventh. There's a perception of eight. In the ninth, there is no perception and feeling. And hence Buddha calls this the ultimate of it. Neither perception nor non-perception. Beyond that exists what? Sanya Vedeta Nirodha. Now you have stopped. The consciousness no longer has any food left, no fuel, as in perception or feeling. Yes, Bobby.
Yes, you like when Buddha was enlightened, he was trying to look for teaching people, to find out who is eligible. So in that first he thought about Uddakaram, Alara Kalama and Uddakaram Buddha, and then he understood that they have already passed away and to the highest Aruba worlds. So now in relation to this question, now if this perception and feeling is being felt in the Aruba jhanas, where it is being felt. Why I heard from teachers that Buddha couldn't teach them because he can go anywhere. He couldn't teach them because they don't have totally feelings or some feelings. So why if somebody can enlighten at the Aruba going into Aruba jhanas and get enlightened, why Buddha couldn't teach them?
Good question, Bobby. It's like this. Arupa jhana means what? The rupa is not absent. The rupa is subtle. That means the person who is, see, first and foremost, we all need to have the fifth jhanic experience. Before we get into this argument or understanding why Buddha couldn't teach Alara Kalama, why he left them, why he couldn't teach Buddha Karama Putta, first and foremost, have we experienced infinite space? Can you get into infinite space like this and you're gone in infinite space? If whatever we are calling infinite space is nothing but after equanimity, your body drops, meaning the gross body is gone, the subtle body is also gone along with that. Now you have only mental body. The mental body has perception and feeling not to the level is required for it to come back. There's no coming back. It will take its own time for it to eliminate it. It's just like an energy where it's running and nothing. It's like, to answer to your question, I'll put it another way. It's like this. In your room there is fire. And you said there's no fire, Vilas. But if you really see, if you take a matchbox and a matchstick and you rub it, the fire comes. But this fire was there, but it couldn't manifest because there's no condition for it to manifest. In the same way, when Buddha wanted to see, oh, where should I teach? Oh, I am going to teach my teachers. I'm going to give this Dhamma to the teacher. And the deity or the deity who came and said that Alara Kalama died long time ago. And he knew that Alara Kalama is an expert in nothingness. If you really experience nothingness, Bobby, you will be thrilled with that experience. You don't want anything. It's such a peaceful state of the mind, but it still perceives. The problem with why Buddha rejected both the teachers is that still there is perception left. There shouldn't be any perception because that's a food for consciousness. And there shouldn't be any feeling. As long as there is a feeling, it can come back. So his quest was on removing perception and feeling completely. No food, no fuel. So we have to first get into 4 Arupa jhanas and then you can see, when I was in Neva Sanya, Na Sanyayatana, the perception was there. The feeling was there, but it was not in a way appropriate. So there is, actually what happens is, it becomes stilled up. Till the time it can be stirred up again. Otherwise it's gone. So whom will Buddha go and teach if the consciousness itself has become completely gone? Where he will search, but it can come back whenever the trigger. So he couldn't have taught Uddaka Ramaputta for sure. It's not possible. Bobby is like this. Mara goes in search of Vijnana. Now in the case of Neva Sanya Na Sanyayatana, there is no Vijnana to be found, but yet Vijnana is there. So it's difficult. Okay. Because where is the Vedana and the Sanya happening? It's happening in the consciousness. Obviously, there's no separate thing. It's consciousness which can perceive, consciousness from where it can feel. How, where it is said. Again, Mahavedana Sutta, refer to that. A beautiful question. Vijanati, kim vijanati? He says, Sukham vijanati, Dukkham vijanati, Adukha Sukham vijanati. It knows this is pleasant, this is unpleasant, this is neither pleasant nor pleasant. Then he asked this question, Sanjanati, kim sanjanati? Again, there's an answer given to the Sanjanati. Lord says, Nilampi sanjanati, Pitampi sanjanati, Lohitampi sanjanati, Odatampi sanjanati. You have to really go deeper and see it already, like If I take a software development example, there's a variable. In that variable, the value is already there in the variable. Or if I take mathematics, let x equal with 3. So the 3 is already inside that x. So what's the value of x? 3. So that's Sanjanana. So it knows. So every time you give print x 3, you have asked for x, but it gives you 3 because 3 is already inside x. So every time you refer back, what does it do? It will throw up 3. It will not show x. You ask, what's the value of x? 3. But you will not put x there. You will put 3. Because the value is 3 in x. In the same way, the value as in the perception is based upon the feeling. So if it's pleasant feeling, it throws off pleasant. If it is painful feeling, it throws off painful. If it is neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling, it is neither unpleasant nor unpleasant as a perception. So you perceive that object, that value x is pleasant or unpleasant. So whenever that object comes, instead of the object, the pleasantness comes. Instead of that object, the painful comes. Instead of the object, neither painful nor pleasant comes. Example, live example. Goenka. Pleasant. Why? I like Goenka. So whenever Goenka is said, it brings out pleasant. For another person, he doesn't like Goenka. So unpleasant will come. You see this fun of the perception. He is not getting Goenka there. He is getting unpleasant. So there's a reaction to unpleasantness and a reaction to pleasantness. One who has a reaction to pleasant thing, as in Goenka, he will run to the retreat. Those who don't have pleasantness to Goenka will start hating, abusing, doing whatever it is with Goenka, saying that there's a this one and that one and so many things. And you see these people who like Goenka, they keep on appreciating Goenka for what he has done. Both are wrong because Manyana is just a me thinking, it's just a consideration, it's just accepting it based upon what? Based upon pleasant or unpleasant. Because of the moha, delusion. There's no Goenka in the first place. What are you talking? The Goenka appeared like this. So, if somebody have to teach, if they are already in neva sanya, neither perception, they can't perceive. Till when? I don't know. Nor non-perception. I can't say they cannot perceive either. When? I don't know. So what can Buddha do? Is the consciousness has got what we can say extinguished? No. It's become unestablished. So to whom can he go and teach? Because he has learned, Buddha has learned, neva sanya na sanyayatana. He knows, it's already there. So done, nothing I can do. Then come to the seventh jhana, Uddaka Ramaputta. Beautiful state. A real beautiful state, I'm telling you. If you are in nothingness, it's beauty. One who has seen the 8th jhana, this might look, okay. But one who has stayed only on 7th has not seen 8th. It's a beauty. It's like out of the world experience. You wouldn't like to come out of it. Nothingness. There is no thing. It's beauty. You are relieved of the 6 objects of the senses. There's no object, Bobby. It's a beauty, I'm telling you. It's just like a person playing cricket and he plays 6 balls, he hits 6s. And the commentator says, it's a beauty, something like that. He scored 36 runs in an over. And you feel, wow, how could you do this? Like that. And each ball went out of the fence, meaning he hit the first ball, it went somewhere. They couldn't trace the ball. The second ball was thrown and then he hit it, it went outside. They couldn't trace the ball. So then new ball came. So that the third ball, again he hit it. The fourth, fifth, sixth. Six answers, no object. Just see, they couldn't find the ball. Isn't it amazing? Till date, they couldn't find it. Whether it was played in Sydney ground or Melbourne ground or Brisbane or wherever, they couldn't find it. And Melbourne Stadium is huge. So let's say it goes away. And even now they couldn't find it. Now who will come and tell him where to find it? So Buddha knows that akincha ayatana is a state which is closer to Nibbana. So he wouldn't have been able to explain to Anarakalama. So you should get into the seventh jhana. You see what a beauty it is. It's unparalleled. But when you see eighth, it's the highest peace you could get into. So we all need to get into jhana. I'm telling you, no jhana. It's only intellectual understanding of the Dhamma, which is okay. I'm not saying that's not okay. But we should have some experience in jhana. Not that all the jhanas we should be an expert. Need not be. Because one who is a saddha vimukta can have the jhanic, but the panya vimukta might not. It's fine, understandable. Unless he's a upato bhaga vimukta. Agreed. So which I might not have the parmi to do so. Fair. But still, any person can go through four jhanas, and hence Buddha never talks about the 8 jhanas in Samma Samadhi. He closes to 4. But anybody can get into 4 as an Arya. Yes, Lakshmi. Lakshmi, you are on mute in case you are speaking.
Sorry. Pardon me for asking you. Is it like after you've gone through stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dhyanas, and then nothing exists. You are in a complete void, right? I don't know how to explain it. There is nothing, no perceptions, no feeling present or unpleasant. Is it like the consciousness merges with the universal consciousness? Or taking you to that near nirvana? Pardon me for asking, is it that, you lose everything, no perceptions, nothing, and then you merge with the universal truth or universal consciousness, or then nothing exists.
So you are talking from Vedanta perspective, so let me also explain to you in this way. It's like an ocean and a wave, right? If you ask me a question, is ocean part of the wave? Answer is no. Is the wave part of the ocean? And the answer is no.
Okay.
Is wave part of the ocean? And the answer is no. If the wave and the ocean merges, answer is no. Does that mean ocean and the wave don't merge at all? Answer is no. Because if you take one, it gets established.
Okay.
So the Vedanta way of looking at it is that the waves merge with the ocean. Ocean being universal consciousness, waves being individual consciousness. The individual consciousness lets go of it and then it merges. Then what happens? I exist and that also exists. Now we are coming into two existence, Advaita, one existence, Brahman Satya Jagat Nitya. So then what happens? It just merges. Buddha goes one step above.
Okay,
just a step
okay.
above,
Uh-huh.
wherein the Vinyan also get extinguished
It's good. Okay,
completely.
okay.
Because if it merges, it can again become wave one day.
Oh, yeah, you can go back to. Okay.
Sir. Yes, madam. Why? Because this is a state of neither perception nor non-perception, where you can't perceive now there is the wave
Mm-hmm.
because it's merged. But
Okay.
can it come back if a proper environment is there?
It
And
can.
the answer is yes. So when it comes back, there is an individual wave called as Lakshmi
Mm-hmm.
praying to the God, saying that, hey God, why did you bring me here? I was so happy with you.
That's pure bliss when you enter that state.
Yes. So that's the reason I'm again repeating this. All of us need to experience this unestablished consciousness, at least for a moment.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, sir.
That will become a Dvaita,
Okay.
non-dual.
Non-dual. Okay.
To begin with. So we should be
Mm-hmm.
non-dual, completely non-dual. After your non-dual, which is neva sanya, na sanya, ayatana, you go one step above. Cut,
Okay.
cut the energy itself, which would have become a wave. And then can it be said it is merging? No. Can you say it's not merging? No. Can you say it is already merged? No. Can you say it is waiting to be merged? No. Can you say it would be merged? No. That's exactly what is explained to Bahia. When you are not that, you are not this, and not in between. So, Bahia knew Neva Sanya Na Sanya Ayatana. He knew it perfectly well. And he thought he has done it. So unless somebody came and told him, boss, you have not yet done it, and then he said, okay, now whom I can get it validated? He said, the Buddha is staying there in this place, why don't you go? And he went, talked to the Buddha in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever that minutes is. All that Buddha said is, Nate na bahya na tatta. Only two sentences. Natena natatta. Neither the ocean nor the wave on the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
If you take the ocean, then there is a wave.
Mm-hmm. If you
If you
take the way.
take, you will say it has to merge with the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Natena natatta na ubhayamantare.
Okay. Okay.
Meaning nothing in between either. Ubhaya
Mm-hmm.
gap, antara is a gap, ubhaya is in between.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Gap in between.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir.
No problem. So Bobby, that's the reason he couldn't explain to them. A good question, appreciated, but this is the reason. When you are in 8 jhana, you will come to see literal bliss, like what she is saying, right? Bliss means it's just the flow of bliss. Nothing is worth holding on to. But yet, there's perception. And hence, feeling comes back. As long as we are feeling, the perception is going to be there. The day you lose the feeling and perception, the day you're dead. And the day you're dead, you have seen Nibbana. And the whole objective of MN1, Mula Pariyaya Sutta, is to kill you, that you which is there inside. And hence he says, Asekha Arhat, who has killed the I, like If you take the ocean and the wave example, I is the wave, ocean is whatever. The wave is doing its best to do everything what an ocean could do it, but it can't because it's anicca. It's impermanent. There's no permanency in the wave. It's only foolishness. It's dukkha. It's unsatisfactory or it is suffering. Can be called by whatever name, but that's all it is. And there is anatta. You are this wave, tomorrow you're that wave. Day after tomorrow you're that wave. Day after tomorrow that other wave. It doesn't matter. So there's no atta in any wave. But can you merge with the ocean? There's nothing like that. Can you not merge with the ocean? There's nothing like that. Can you merge and not merge with the ocean? Nothing like that. Can you neither merge nor non-merge with the ocean? Nothing like that. This is called as tetralemma, chatushkoti in Sanskrit. It's called tetralemma. You put a question where you have to select either one of them in 4 quadrants. So always philosophy questions are tetralemma questions because you need to take side. And Buddha Dhamma is something, no sides, no views, absolute no views, viewless philosophy, I could say. And hence it's called shunyata. It's empty. Inside a wave, it's empty. In the ocean, it's again empty. So what could two empty things talk about? Nothing. So when we create a simile, it merges with the ocean. So there's a conceptualization of ocean comes into existence. And the conceptualization of wave comes into existence. So wave should be part of the ocean, or ocean should be part of the wave, because both are water. So like that. And hence there's another sutta where Buddha says, crazy people talk about the butter was already there in the milk, or the ghee was already there in the milk, or the cream was already there in the milk, and they keep on arguing that everything is part of the milk, which is stupidity. There's another stupidity that you say when you boil the milk and the cream comes, and cream when it's cooled down it becomes solidified. So you say from the milk came this cream, and from the cream came the butter. From the butter, when you put the butter, it becomes ghee. So now the question comes that, isn't it butter already there in ghee? Isn't it this cream already there in butter and ghee? Isn't it the milk already there in all the three of them? So neither one of them, both of them, or part of them. Tetralemma. And Buddha says, I just smile at them. It's a waste of time for me. Ananda, that's the reason I don't give answers to these questions. It's only dukkha. Because now you want to say how this, tell me that. So it's just jumping between the milk, the cream, the butter, ghee. Okay, so unless we let go of the manyana, now the sekkha turns towards letting go of manyana. So the first jhana, it has got manyana. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So you don't take it seriously. That also comes in this what we are talking. Yes, Baidyanath.
If you see our life is fully regulated and guided by manana, because all the life we are guided by what the belief we carry out. So that
Correct.
is so, and still Manina play a major role in our life, in our thoughts, the way we behave, and everything. And although the question arises here, sir, how if we are in Buddha Dharma and if we are going ahead, so first of all we have to cut out or how to investigate this banana on the
That's
basis
what
of.
we are doing, right? That is what we have started on MN1. I mean, other than that, we are doing whatever we're doing every day in the night, but we are doing this. So, ultimate aim is we need to get into investigation, vipassana, and samatha. Samatha portion has two parts. One part is the jhana, and second part is tranquilizing the mind, meaning the mind stills, and then you can do vipassana.
So one more question that in both Saptabodhanga there is a Dhamma Vichaya.
Yes.
And is the Dhamma Vichaya just that is the investigation of principles. So is the right tool to practice with this Manina?
First, you need to have sati.
Okay.
So, first, you have to develop sati sambodhjanga. Then, automatically, it will lead to dhamma vichaya sambodhjanga. It's a waterfall effect of seven.
Okay.
The first you start on sati, and hence sati is the primary thing. If you don't have sati, nothing can be done. So, first is sati. Sati takes care of sambodhjanga. That is, dhamma vichaya sambodhjanga. When you have Dhamma Vichaya Sambodhjanga, then the next step, for the next step, for the next step. Virya, then Piti, then Pasiddhi, then Samadhi, then Upekha. Like that.
So how much time it will take to replace this old manana or beliefs we have? That is not true or that is not genuine.
That's the reason I keep on repeating 18 hours a day.
Yes.
If not 24.
Yeah, correct.
Sir, we need to dedicate completely to this. Just like somebody is on fire, the body is burning, he knows he's going to die this moment, do whatever to get out of it. That's how we need to work out, and then only it works. If you're taking it like a pastime thing, okay, this is one another activity I need to do, it takes its own sweet time. Whenever it happens, it happens.
No, sir. So, sir, we are practicing as you.
So, as much as we practice, so how do we measure? We measure not by hours, we measure by sati. It doesn't matter how many hours. It's the sati which matters, and hence sati patthana, foundation. Patthana means foundation. So, if your sati is in patthana, everything works. Think it's almost time. So, any other question? And then we'll go. Tomorrow, Ari is not there, right? You're not there. Right. Tomorrow through Friday, so it means only in December. So, I don't want to continue without you because then I have to tell you all of that in US. So, which will waste our time of what we are going to do. So, what we do is we all meet. Okay, we'll take some other topic, but not MN1, because if you lose MN1, the problem is that then when we meet, it's going to cause a concern. Which means that we have to somehow cover it. And if we have moved further away from this and then bringing you back will become difficult. So we'll stop it. So after your Thanksgiving or whichever giving, whatever giving you want to give, and when you come back, we'll start. Any question from anybody else? Bobby, did you now understand between the formula Rupa plus Nama plus Vijnana, or Vijnana equals Nama plus Rupa? Then Vijnana has Nama Rupa, you remove the Nama, the Rupa falls down, so Vijnana is pure and bright. Prabhasaram idam chittam.
Does it, can I say just now what you said again? Just like the
Simple. Rupa plus Vedana plus Anya plus Sankhara plus Vijnana. Rupa plus within bracket Vedana plus Anya plus Sankhara, close the bracket, plus Vijnana. Rupa plus these three are Nama. Rupa plus Nama plus Vijnana. Now you bring on the left hand side. Vijnana equals Rupa plus Nama. Close the bracket. Then you what you to do? Remove the Nama. The Rupa falls down. Take out one reed. The other reed will fall down. Just like Patisamatpada. This is there based upon this. You remove one of them, the whole thing falls down. That's exactly what we are supposed to do on Dhamma. Just take out one. The Nama you remove. The Rupa has no its own existence. And never Rupa had any existence on its own. So the Vijnana is pure and right. Prabhasaram idam chittam. Yes, Mrityunjay, go ahead.
So this vortex between Namarupa and Vijnana is actually very well said in this Mahanidana Sutta also.
Yes, Mahanidana Sutta is a beautiful sutta. Other than that, Vipassi, there is one sutta on Vipassi. His experience is the best experience on Vijnana Namarupa, where he cuts the Namarupa and Vijnana by cutting off the Nama. So, in the same way, Mahanidana Sutta, DN 15 explains about what is Nama, what is Rupa, in that four states. Yahi akare hi, yahi linge hi, nimitte hi, yahi uddeshe hi, in the Namakaya and in the Rupakaya, how they work together, and the Phassa happens. Only when the Phassa happens, the Nama Rupa will join. If there is no Phassa, there is no Nama and Rupa, which is exactly what I am saying. Remove the Nama, the Rupa has no its own existence, then the Vijnana is pure. That's it. Good thing, Mrityunjay. So if you have read or understood MN 15, you can just work on that. Yes.
Again, it points out that Phassa should be tackled.
Yes, sir. The starting point is always Phassa, not Vedana. As we do it in Goenkaji technique, where it is only in Vedana, it should be in the Phassa. The starting point for our practice is Vedana indeed, absolutely fair, but we should graduate to the Phassa. And then only the vortex is cut.
And so first happens in Sadayapan, and for Sadayapan we have to do Indira Sambar.
Yes, sir. And then only it works. See, the difference between Goenka technique and Buddha is, in Goenka technique, they don't teach you Indriya Samvara. There is no class which will tell you, okay, this is how you need to do Indriya Samvara, like what we are doing now in the Hindi class. Okay, so we need to do Indriya Samvara. And we need to do both. We need to do Pajanana when we do Sampajanana, both. And then it works. Because we have to remove the nimitta and also bhyanjana. But that doesn't mean that Goenka technique or Ubakin technique is a bad thing to do or whatever. It is the best thing as a foundation. On that foundation, you build it. The best source for this is Samanya Parasutta, where Buddha gives exposition on Sila, Samadhi, Panya, all the three. Nicely done. He also talks about how to establish Samadhi, what you will find in Samadhi, how the Prajna happens or the Panya happens, how the wisdom takes over, and when wisdom takes over, what happens? How does Samadhi and Sila Samadhi would get merged in Panya. It's a beautiful sutta, DN2. So first you have to do DN1, come to MN1, then DN2, then the next sutta, DN3, Sabbasava Sutta, then you're done. I am into, sorry. Okay. Any other question from anybody else? There's so many people. There are 11 people is what it is showing to me.
Here it is on 19, sir.
Wow. No, no, total 19, but 11 others not spoken. See, Veena, Supriya, Shreyas, Samir, Ravindra, Mrityunjay has spoken, Lakshmi has spoken, Pallavi, Padmavati, Meenakshi, Mangala, Kamala, Gopal Krishna, Archana, Dhavale, Anita. Yes, madam. Lakshmi, you are again on mute if you are talking.
Always forgetting to on the microphone. So we practice this every waking moment of our day, and then at night normally what I do is, all the pranayams and all I do during the day, and I'm trying to do that nothingness thing 15 minutes before I go off to sleep. Maybe like trying to meditate and go into that thoughtless state, or what. I'm just trying, still trying, small step at a time, trying to go into that nothingness at night. And during the day, like trying to live the mindfulness, practice mindfulness. So now I realize I've learned a lot in the past 3 days. But at the moment, I'm just doing these things, pranayams and trying to meditate. And once I don't know what exactly happened, I was trying to do this hum meditation, inhalation, so, and exhalation hum. I don't know what exactly happened. I was like, apparently there are 3 stages, when you like use so and then hum and then you are in a void or something. Something happened, I don't know, I got a little scared actually. Because there was nothing, it was all, like void, So I jerked open my eyes. And then I took a deep breath and I restarted. And from that time onwards, I'm just doing breath awareness. I don't know why I got, maybe I'm claustrophobic, that's why. I don't know what explanation is there for that feeling I got when I was trying to do that meditation. So from that time onwards, I'm just doing breath awareness only. I don't know exactly what happened.
No, I'll tell you. So there are 5 stages. First is Vitakka, second is Vichara, Tripiti, Sukha, Ekagata. This is the 5 stages in any jhana or dhyana. Okay? Now when you start with so on the inhalation, hum in the exhalation, it cuts off other thoughts, so you are in Vitakka. Then you are on the same subject, Vichara. So hum, like that. After that, you get piti, so you have a lot of joy. Then you get sukha. Then you get ekagata, which is a blissful state of the mind, nothing exists. So when you see nothingness, the fear starts that, are you dead?
Exactly. I got so scared and I jerked open my eyes. I thought I was blaming myself, I'm not done properly, and like I was really thinking, what have I done? Why did I get that thing? I opened my eyes and after that somehow I'm not able to do so.
It's like this, you can do it anything. Some people do it with Buddha. Those people who feel that, this is a Hindu kind or whatever kind, they say Buddha, in the inhalation, though in the exhalation, it doesn't matter, it's all mantra. So when you have a mantra, can be Om, can be Soham, can be Hamso, can be Buddha, can be whatever, it doesn't matter what you take it, you're making the mind stick on to one object.
Exactly.
Okay, so you get into 5 stages, which is the Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. So you would have touched the 4 jhana, and the 4 jhana, the breath stops,
Shallow becomes very shallow, and
yes, it stops and then you become fearful. So basically, that is called as anariya because it doesn't cut entry points and exit points. So you are always in entry and exit. So we have to come into Arya Magga, meaning where it cuts the entry and exit point. That means the consciousness will not get established again. That's the reason it's called Arya. If the consciousness establishes again, it's called Anarya.
Okay.
It's known as Anarya. So we have to basically move from Anarya to Arya through all the 8 jhanas. In the Anarya also we can get into all the 8 jhanas, and in the Arya also we can get into the 8 jhanas. It doesn't matter which one you take it. The only difference between Anarya and Arya is that you let go of it. You let go of everything that you are experiencing because this experience is conditioned and the perception is also conditioned. So when you let go of both perception and feeling, you are dead for sure. And you
I
know,
got disconnected with the world sort of. I got scared.
no, it's actual death. It's not about disconnection. You will experience death before real death comes.
Oh dear.
And when you have that, you have seen Nibbana. It's dying. It's not about just a condition dying. Ah, now I know. No, that's not the one. It makes you die. Completely the you is dead. For that time.
Thank you, sir.
No worries. This, we can write a book called The Art of Dying, Before Dying. Okay, so then any, tomorrow if we are meeting, you have to come up with some subject. Otherwise, we can take a break also. I am okay with it. You want to reflect back and go through this and see, or tomorrow we can have a Q&A session, or day after tomorrow we can have a Q&A session, and we can do so. Yes. Yes, Samir. I have 1 minute left. Samir, you have raised hand.
Hello, sir. Am I audible now? Hello,
Yes.
sir. Can we take tomorrow the 8 jhanas topic, sir? Is it possible?
I can take topic. We have to sit and do. That is not possible over these kind of calls.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, we'll see. For tomorrow we will talk about the 8 jhanas. No worries.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let me end for today and meet you again tomorrow.